Some dreams aren't just dreams, they're warnings. You wake up shaken, your heart pounding. The images still clinging to your mind like they're trying to tell you something. And maybe they are. Because when your conscious mind is too busy, too tired, or too scared to face what's really going on, your subconscious takes over. And it doesn't whisper, it screams. It uses symbols, chaos, silence, and repetition to get your attention. Especially when something inside you is breaking down quietly. Most people brush these dreams off. It was just weird, they say. Or, that made no sense. But your dreams aren't supposed to make sense. They're supposed to make you feel. They bypass logic and go straight to the parts of you you've been ignoring. And if you keep seeing the same symbols, the same patterns, or the same disturbing scenes again and again, that's not random. That's a message. In this video, we're diving into 4 powerful dream signs that your subconscious is in distress. 4 things you should never ignore if you care about your mental and emotional health. Most people have experienced at least one of these without realizing what it really meant. But once you understand what your mind is trying to tell you, everything changes. You stop running, you start listening. And that's when real healing begins. You know the dream. The one that keeps coming back no matter how much time passes. Maybe it's the same place, the same feeling, or even the same exact moment playing on repeat, like a broken record lodged somewhere deep in your mind. Recurring dreams aren't just coincidence. They're your subconscious stuck in a loop, trying to get your attention. And when they don't change, it's because you haven't changed. You haven't dealt with whatever emotional knot is keeping that dream alive. These aren't harmless flashbacks. They're unresolved tension in disguise. Maybe it's a relationship that ended without closure, a decision you regret, a truth you still haven't said out loud. The dream repeats because, deep down, your mind is still in it. And until you face it, consciously, honestly, your subconscious is going to keep pulling you back into that same mental scene night after night. Sometimes the dream isn't dramatic. It's subtle, mundane even. But it always leaves you feeling uneasy, like something's unfinished. That's because it is. Your brain doesn't waste energy on repetition without reason. It loops the dream because it's trying to process a wound that never got to heal. And if you ignore it, the dream doesn't go away. It just gets louder, stranger, more vivid, until one day you finally stop asking, "Why do I keep dreaming this?" and start asking, "What haven't I dealt with yet?" Recurring dreams are not your enemy. They're your internal alarm. And the longer you silence that alarm, the more restless your nights and your mind will become. There's a certain kind of dream that doesn't feel symbolic. It feels like chaos. You're in a car that won't stop. You're on a plane that's crashing. A wave swallows you whole. A tornado tears through everything around you. These aren't just random disasters. They're reflections of emotional overload. When you dream of losing control, it's usually because somewhere in your waking life, you already have. Dreams about natural disasters or crashing vehicles are some of the most common signs of deep internal stress. They don't always come with clear faces or words, just intensity, panic, the feeling that something huge is about to collapse, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. That's not your imagination running wild. That's your nervous system waving a red flag. People who push through overwhelm in their daily life, ignoring burnout, bottling up pressure, pretending they're okay, often report dreams exactly like this. Because while your mouth says, "I've got it under control," your mind knows better. It knows you're not sleeping enough. It knows you're stretched thin. It knows there's something in your life that's out of alignment. And it's using chaos in your dreams to say, "This can't keep going." Sometimes these dreams show up before things fall apart, as if your subconscious is trying to warn you before reality catches up. They don't mean the world is ending. They mean your world needs attention. So if you keep waking up from crashing, drowning, falling, or fleeing, don't ignore it. You're not overreacting. You're being warned, and it's time to listen. There's nothing more unsettling than trying to scream in a dream and realizing no sound is coming out. You open your mouth, you push with everything you have, but nothing. Or maybe your legs won't move, no matter how badly you need to run. Or your voice fails you just when it matters most. These moments aren't just dream glitches. They're reflections of emotional paralysis. Your subconscious is showing you what it feels like to be silenced, trapped, or powerless in your waking life. People who constantly suppress their emotions, who bite their tongue, who swallow the truth, who stay quiet to keep the peace, often find themselves in these kinds of dreams. And it's no coincidence. When your voice is shut down by fear, shame, or pressure during the day, it doesn't disappear, it just waits. And at night, it shows up as silence that suffocates, a scream that never leaves your throat, a sprint that never gets started. These dreams don't happen because you're weak. They happen because you've been strong for too long without speaking your truth. Maybe you're stuck in a relationship where you can't be honest. Maybe you're in a job that's draining you, but you feel like you can't walk away. Maybe you've convinced yourself that what you want doesn't matter, but your subconscious disagrees, and it's tired of holding it in. The helplessness you feel in these dreams is a mirror of the helplessness you've buried. And the more you ignore that feeling, the more trapped your dreams will become. Your mind is trying to show you that silence has a cost, that pretending everything's fine has limits, and that somewhere deep inside, there's a part of you that's begging not to be rescued, but to be heard. You ever get that feeling in a dream, like someone's watching you? Maybe you don't see a face, but you feel the eyes. You're walking through a hallway, standing in a crowd, sitting alone, and yet there's this weight, this presence. Sometimes it's just a shadow in the distance. Other times, it's someone following you, silent, relentless, impossible to shake. These aren't just creepy dream tropes. They're your subconscious exposing something you've been hiding, even from yourself. Dreams of being watched, stalked, or followed often come when you're carrying shame, guilt, or a secret you're afraid to confront. It's not always about someone else judging you. Sometimes it's you, a part of yourself that's watching everything you do, silently asking why you're pretending, why you're lying, why you're still carrying things that no longer serve you. And sometimes the watcher in your dream doesn't feel like you at all. It feels external, unsettling, almost spiritual, like something is observing you and you don't know why. These are the kinds of dreams that leave you waking up cold, with your heart pounding and no words to explain what just happened. In many belief systems, this is seen as a signal that something in your energy, your behavior, or your soul is being pulled into the light. Whether you believe in spiritual messages or not, the emotional weight of these dreams is real. If you've been pretending everything's fine, if you've been moving through life with secrets, unresolved guilt, or fear of being found out, these dreams are your subconscious calling you out. It's asking you to stop hiding, not because you're being punished, but because hiding is exhausting. And your mind can't keep doing it alone. Your mind is never really silent. Even when you sleep, it watches what you ignore. It collects what you avoid. And when the weight becomes too much, it speaks through dreams. Not with words, but with symbols, tension, and scenes that shake you to your core. The screaming car crash, the silent throat, the watcher in the dark. None of it is random. It's your subconscious sending a message. Something inside you needs attention. Most people brush these signs off. They wake up, shake it off, and move on. But the dreams keep coming back, louder, sharper, more intense, because you haven't listened. You haven't faced the truth your waking self keeps running from. And that's exactly why your subconscious keeps screaming for help. So ask yourself, what is your mind trying to tell you? What emotion have you buried so deep? It can only show up when you're asleep, because the moment you stop treating these dreams as random, and start treating them as reflections is the moment healing begins. Your subconscious isn't trying to scare you. It's trying to free you. If this video made you think about a dream you've had, the kind that sticks with you, share it in the comments below. You never know who else might need to hear it. And if you want more videos that explore the deeper side of your inner world, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. There's more coming, and some of it might explain the very things you've been dreaming about.